Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Today is the second session of this chapter Theory of Demand. In the last class, we have learned about the meaning of demand, your individual and market demand schedule, individual and market demand curve, the slope of the demand curve. We had just started with the relationship between the quantity demanded with the factors affecting the demand, that is your demand function. Now in today's class, we'll be discussing the demand function and how the demand changes, that is what is the law of demand. So to begin with, demand function shows the relationship between demand for a commodity and its various determinants. So it is given by dx is equal to f of function of px, pr, y, t and e, where dx stands for demand for a particular commodity x, f stands for it's a function of means it is dependent upon px, that is price of the given commodity जिसकी हम डिमांड को स्टडी कर रहे हैं ना. dx stands for demand for a particular commodity. So we have already seen that demand for a particular commodity x is going to be dependent upon its own price. Then pr, price of the related goods, and goods are related in two ways, substitute goods and complementary goods. Y stands for income of the consumer, and on the basis of the income of the consumer, we are going to distinguish the goods as normal good and inferior good. T stands for taste and preferences of the consumer, and E stands for expectation of change in the price in future. बेटा हम लास्ट क्लास में हमने ग्लिम्स लिया था. Now let us learn first more about what are substitute and complementary goods and how the prices of these related goods are going to affect the price of a particular commodity X. Let's understand what are complementary goods. Now, goods which are consumed together are called complementary goods. Example of goods which are complementary to each other are tea and sugar, shoes and socks, pen and ink, etc. Now, one of the example of complementary good is car and petrol. Fine. Let us say that we are studying the demand for car. So, car is X for us and related good is petrol. So, it is R. We want to study the demand for commodity X, which is car, and what we are going to study, that the price of petrol is going to change, and we will study the effect of change in price of petrol on demand of car. So let us say that the price of petrol, that is R, it is increased, right? बेटा जब प्राइस पेट्रोल की बढ़ जाएगी तो जो डिमांड होगी पेट्रोल की वो डिक्रीज हो जाएगी, क्योंकि पेट्रोल कॉस्टली हो गया है, पेट्रोल की प्राइस इंक्रीज हो गई है, तो डिमांड फॉर पेट्रोल विल डिक्रीज, एंड ऑब्वियसली द कार्स which are run with the help of petrol, that is demand for car will also fall, क्योंकि अगर आपकी पेट्रोल की डिमांड कम हो रही है तो जो कार जो पेट्रोल से चलती है उसकी डिमांड भी फॉल हो जाएगी. सो द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द प्राइस ऑफ द related good and demand for the good, they are, you can see there is a inverse relationship in case of complementary goods. So in case of complementary goods, if price of related good increase, demand for the good fall, and if the price of related good fall, demand for good will increase. So we can have a similar example of tea and sugar as they are complementary goods. Just concentrate on point number 3. Since tea and sugar are used together, an increase in price of sugar is likely to decrease the demand for tea, and a decrease in price of sugar is likely to increase the demand for tea. So that means the price of related good has got an inverse relationship with the demand of the good under study. The next type of related good is substitute goods. So in contrast to complementary goods, goods like tea and coffee are not consumed together. They are substitute goods. In fact, they are substitutes for each other. Since tea is a substitute for coffee, so if the price of coffee increases, the consumer can shift to tea, and hence the consumption of tea is likely to go up. On the other hand, if the price of coffee decreases, the consumption of tea is likely to go down. So the demand for a good usually moves in the direction of the price of its substitutes. Now let us learn the whole concept with the help of that mind map. सो सब्सटीट्यूट गुड्स का मतलब होता है बेटा कि अगर मेरे पास एक गुड अवेलेबल नहीं है, देन आई कैन सब्सटीट्यूट द अदर गुड इन प्लेस ऑफ द फर्स्ट वन, राइट? सो लेट अस से दैट वी वांट टू स्टडी द डिमांड फॉर टी. दिस इज X commodity. So we want to study demand for tea. So X in our case is tea, and coffee is the related good, right? So we are going to see that what is going to be the effect of the change in price of coffee on the demand of tea. Let us say that the price of coffee is increased. Now the price of coffee is increased, so the demand of coffee will fall. अगर डिमांड कॉफी की फॉल हो जाएगी तो बेटा जो कॉफी ड्रिंकर्स होंगे, व्हाट दे डू, दे विल सब्स्टिट्यूट टी विद कॉफी, सो द डिमांड फॉर टी विल इंक्रीज, राइट? डिमांड अगर कॉफी की डिक्रीज हो जाएगी बेटा, तो क्योंकि टी कॉफी का सब्स्टिट्यूट है, तो जो कॉफी ड्रिंकर्स होंगे दे विल शिफ्ट टू टी, सो द डिमांड फॉर टी विल increase. So if you see, the price of the substitute good is directly related with the demand of the good under study. So if we say that the price of related good increase, so the demand for the good under study will also increase. If the price of related good fall, so the demand of the good under study will also fall. So that means there is a direct relationship or positive relationship. Direct relationship, or you can say positive relationship, between the price of the related good, that is substitute good, with the demand of the good under study. I hope that this concept is clear to all of you. Now, based on the income of a consumer, goods are also classified as normal good or inferior good. Now, normal good, the quantity of a good that a consumer demand can increase or decrease with the rise in income depending on the nature of the good. है ना? आप जो कंज्यूमर की इनकम के ऊपर किसी भी गुड की डिमांड डिपेंडेंट होती है. अगर आपका नॉर्मल गुड है, for most of the time, which are normal goods, the quantity that a consumer chooses increases as the consumer's income increases. जैसे ही consumer की income increase होती है, तो definitely normal goods की demand भी increase हो जाती है, and decrease in consumer's income is going to decrease the demand for consumer goods. And if this is the case, such goods are called normal goods. यानी कि normal goods की demand बेटे इनकम, कंज्यूमर के इनकम के साथ इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज होती है. Based upon income of the consumer, we said that we have divided the goods into two categories. First is your normal good and second is your inferior goods. Fine. Let's first take the example of these two goods. Now, normal goods are, for example, wheat is a normal good or rice is a normal good. Fine. So, on the contrary, those people who are not having sufficient income, a reasonable income, fine, they are not going to consume wheat or rice. They will consume jowar or bajra. Bajra or jowar. Jwar. Fine. So jowar or bajra, they are inferior goods. Why? Because they are cheap goods. They are very cheaply available, but these are normal goods, wheat and rice. Now, beta, the relationship of these normal goods with the income of the consumer is positive. How? When the income of the consumer increases, demand for, let's say, normal good increases. है ना? अगर मेरी income बढ़ रही है, तो obviously the demand for wheat will also increase, demand for rice will also increase, and if my income falls, then demand for these normal goods will fall. But this doesn't happen with the inferior goods. Now, why so? See, if my income increases, if income of a consumer increases, then demand for inferior goods will fall. See, there is a reason behind it. क्यों होगी demand inferior goods की fall? क्योंकि consumer क्या कहेगा? Consumer कहेगा अब तो मेरी income increase हो गई है. So why will I consume inferior good? I will switch to normal good. मैं inferior good क्यों consume करूँगा? मैं तो normal good पे shift कर जाऊँगा. On the contrary, अगर उसी consumer की income fall हो जाती है, तो demand for inferior good will rise. So in case of normal good, the relationship between income and demand for the good is positive. That is directly related, positive, or you can say directly related. But in case of your inferior good, the income of the consumer and the demand for inferior good is negatively related. That means indirect. So it is negative or indirect relationship is there between the income of the consumer and the demand for inferior goods. So inferior goods, as the income of the consumer increases, the demand for an inferior good falls, and as the income decreases, the demand for an inferior good rise. And examples of inferior goods we have already discussed, that is jowar, bajra. They are of low quality food items and they can also be termed as coarse grains or coarse cereals. Right? Next is, let's recapitulate it. This is a mind map for the demand function. Demand for a particular commodity X is a function of price of own commodity, that is your PX. So quantity demanded of X is going to be dependent upon own price of the commodity, and the relationship is just inverse. Demand is going to fall when the price is rising, and if the demand is going to rise if the price falls. The second determinant of demand is your price of related goods. Now, in case of price of related goods, complementary goods, and in case of complementary goods, the relationship between price and the demand, price of the related good and the demand, that is inversely related. In case of substitute goods, again, the relationship between price of the related good and the demand for a particular product is positively related. Then the next determinant of demand, Y, is income of the consumer, and based on income of the consumer, goods are being classified as normal good and inferior good. In case of inferior good, the income and the demand for a particular commodity X. In case of normal good, the demand and the income are positively related, but in case of inferior good, the income of the consumer and the demand of inferior good are inversely related. The next is T. The next determinant is T. T is taste and preference of the consumer. Now, taste and preference of the consumer is influenced by advertisement, change in fashion, climate, new invention, etc. Now, if this change in taste and preference of the consumer is favorable, then the demand will increase. On the other hand, if this taste and preference is unfavorable, then the demand will decrease. Then lastly, E stands for expectations. Now, if we are expecting that in near future there is going to be acute shortage of that commodity, fine, then even if the prices are not changing, but the present demand of that particular commodity X will increase. The present demand of commodity X will increase at the existing price. So this whole mind map was on your demand function, that is, the demand for a particular commodity X was dependent upon all these factors. And here we were talking about the individual demand, means demand by an individual consumer. Next is your market demand function. Now here we are going to talk about the factors which are going to affect the demand of all the consumers in the market. So the factors influencing the market demand are, first, let's start from PX only. PX is own price of the commodity, is just the same which we have learned in the previous section. अभी हमने पढ़ा था कि प्राइस जो है कमोडिटी अगर इंक्रीज हो जाती है तो डिमांड डिक्रीज हो जाएगी, और अगर प्राइस कमोडिटी की डिक्रीज हो जाती है तो डिमांड फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर कमोडिटी विल इंक्रीज. Second factor which is affecting the market demand is your price of related goods. Same observation is there both in case of complementary and substitute goods. Then the third factor which is affecting the market demand is Y, that is income of the consumer. Again, the same observation will be there in case of market demand also. Like अगर इनकम कंज्यूमर की इंक्रीज हो जाएगी तो नॉर्मल गुड की डिमांड इंक्रीज होगी, और अगर इनकम डिक्रीज हो जाएगी तो नॉर्मल गुड की डिमांड भी डिक्रीज हो जाएगी. In case of inferior goods, it is just the opposite. There is a inverse relationship between income of the consumer and demand for the inferior good. P, taste and preferences. E, expectation of consumers. Now, the two more factors which are affecting the market demand is, first is N. N is population size. See, अगर population का size increase हो गया, if N is increasing, that means the number of buyers are also increasing. And if the number of buyers are increasing, then the demand for particular commodity X will also increase. And the last factor which is affecting the market demand is your distribution of income. Distribution of income means that how the income is distributed among the various factors of production. See, agar to there is a fall in income of poor, compels them to shift from normal to inferior goods. अगर सेम अभी जब हमने पढ़ा था कि inferior goods में अगर those who are consuming inferior good, अगर उनकी income fall हो जाती है, ठीक है, अगर उनकी इनकम फॉल हो रही थी तो डिमांड फॉर इंफीरियर गुड वाज इंक्रीजिंग. तो अगर कंज्यूमर स्पेशली पुअर वन, अगर उनकी इनकम फॉल हो जाती है, प्रीवियसली दे वर कंज्यूमिंग नॉर्मल गुड, तो obviously they will have to shift to the consumption of inferior goods. Second is redistribution of income increases. Inequality मतलब क्या हुआ कि अगर सपोज रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इनकम का ऐसे हो रहा है कि द गैप बिटवीन रिच एंड पुअर इज इंक्रीजिंग, यानी कि इनकम इनइक्वालिटी मार्केट में आ रही है, दैट इज द गैप बिटवीन रिच एंड पुअर इज इंक्रीजिंग, so the demand for luxurious good will increase because rich people will demand luxurious good और इनकम रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो रही है, इनकम रिच लोगों के हाथ में ज्यादा जा रही है, रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो रही है, इसका मतलब रिच लोगों के हाथ में ज्यादा जा रही है। अगर रिच लोगों के हाथ में ज्यादा जाएगी तो लग्जरियस गुड की डिमांड होगी, और अगर पुअर लोगों के हाथ में ज्यादा जाएगी तो इंफीरियर गुड्स की या लो क्वालिटी गुड्स की डिमांड होगी या नेसेसरी गुड्स की डिमांड होगी, राइट। सो इट ऑल डिपेंड्स अपॉन द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ इनकम कि किस कंज्यूमर के हाथ में कितनी इनकम आ रही है। अगर किस तरीके से इनकम रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो रही है कि ज्यादा इनकम रिच पर्संस के हैंड में जा रही है, देन द डिमांड फॉर लग्जरियस गुड्स विल इंक्रीज, और अगर इस तरीके से रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो रही है कि रिच लोगों के हाथ से जो पुअर सेक्शन है उसके हाथ पे इनकम रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो रही है, देन द डिमांड फॉर नेसेसरी गुड्स, डिमांड फॉर इंफीरियर गुड्स और डिमांड फॉर नॉर्मल गुड्स विल increase. I hope that this topic is clear to everyone. So our next topic is law of demand. The statement of the law of demand says that other things remaining constant, there is an inverse relationship between quantity demanded and own price of a commodity. Now what are those other things? Other things means beta, except we have just learned the demand function, except the price of own commodity, that is P of X, except that all the other things, that is price of related goods, income of the consumer, E, that is expectation about future prices or availability of the good, or your T, that is taste and preferences of the consumer, is going to remain constant. And if we say that it is going to remain constant, so law of demand says that quantity demanded of a particular commodity is inversely related to its own price. You can see this demand schedule also. When the price is rupees 10 per unit, quantity demanded is 100 unit. When the price falls from 10 to rupees 9 per unit, quantity demanded has increased from 100 to 150. When the price falls from 9 to 8, then the quantity demanded is going to increase from 150 to 200 units. So you can see that there is an inverse relationship. जैसे जैसे price fall हो रही है वैसे वैसे quantity demanded increase हो रही है. And the assumptions of the law of demand are the taste and preferences of the consumer are going to remain constant. मतलब taste and preference में कोई change नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि अगर change आएगा taste and preference से तो obviously demand will be changed. तो हम law of demand में जब बात करते हैं बेटा, तो तभी हम कहते हैं other things remaining constant, मतलब बाकी सारे factors जो कि demand को affect करते हैं उनमें कोई change नहीं आएगा, और वही assumptions हैं law of demand की. Second assumption, there is no change in the income of the consumer, यानी कि Y is also going to remain constant. Price of the related goods do not change, that is PR is going to remain constant, and the consumers do not expect any change in the price of the commodity in the near future, that is E is also going to remain constant. Now the question arises, why demand curve slopes downward? हमने demand curve की construction लास्ट क्लास में देखी थी, फर्स्ट वीडियो में, दैट इट इज स्लोपिंग डाउनवर्ड फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट. तो क्वेश्चन अराइज होता है बेटा कि व्हाई डिमांड कर्व स्लोप्स डाउनवर्ड फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट. द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज बिकॉज ऑफ दीज 5 रीजंस or 5 factors the demand curve slopes downward. First is law of diminishing marginal utility, क्योंकि हम कंज्यूमर इक्विलिब्रियम में पढ़कर आए हैं. Income effect, substitution effect, size of consumer group and different uses of a commodity. So let's see this mind map along with the detailed explanation that why demand curve slopes downward. या आपसे क्वेश्चन ये भी पूछा जा सकता है that why more of a good is purchased when its price falls. So first reason is law of diminishing marginal utility. बेटा लॉ ऑफ डिमिनिशिंग मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी क्या कहता है कि आप जैसे जैसे किसी कमोडिटी की कंजम्पशन इंक्रीज करते जाते हो तो जो आपको एडिशनल सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलती है एडिशनल यूनिट को कंज्यूम करके इट गोज ऑन डिक्रीजिंग. सो इट सेज कंजम्पशन ऑफ अ कमोडिटी जैसे ही हम इंक्रीज करते हैं यूटिलिटी मतलब सेटिस्फेक्शन फ्रॉम ईच सक्सेसिव यूनिट्स गोज ऑन डिक्रीजिंग. तो बेटा जब आप जैसे जैसे अपनी कंजम्पशन कमोडिटी की इंक्रीज कर रहे हो और सेटिस्फेक्शन लेवल आपका विद ईच सक्सेसिव यूनिट डिक्रीज हो रहा है, सो फॉर एवरी एडिशनल यूनिट टू बी परचेज्ड द कंज्यूमर इज विलिंग टू पे लेस एंड लेस प्राइस. फाइन, दैट इज व्हाई क्योंकि आपकी एडिशनल सेटिस्फेक्शन जो है वो रिड्यूस होती जाती है, तभी कंज्यूमर भी कहता है मैं बाय तभी करूंगा जब ये कमोडिटी कम प्राइस पे अवेलेबल होगी क्योंकि एडिशनल यूनिट मुझे कम सेटिस्फेक्शन दे रहा है. The second reason is your income effect. It refers to a change in quantity demanded when real income of a buyer changes as a result of the price of the commodity. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Let's understand this income effect. Let's say that the income of the consumer is ₹100. Fine. And he is purchasing milk and the price of milk is ₹20 per liter. Now if we expect that, we are assuming that if he spent whole of his income in purchasing the milk, so the maximum quantity of the milk which he can buy is your 5 liters. Fine. Now let us assume that the price of milk falls. Price of milk, it falls and it comes down to, let's say, 10 rupees per liter. Now if this is the case, 10 rupees per liter, then if the consumer spends whole of his income on the purchase of milk, then now he is able to buy 10 liters of milk. देखिए बेटा इनकम तो इंक्रीज हुई नहीं, इनकम इंक्रीज नहीं हुई, बट प्राइस कमोडिटी की फॉल होने से क्या हुआ, रियल इनकम इंक्रीज हो गई. द रियल इनकम ऑफ द कंज्यूमर इंक्रीजेस. रियल इनकम कैसे इंक्रीज होगी, कंज्यूमर की प्राइस कमोडिटी की फॉल होने से कंज्यूमर की परचेजिंग पावर इंक्रीज हो गई. परचेजिंग पावर कैसे इंक्रीज हो गई, परचेजिंग पावर इंक्रीज आपकी बेटा इसलिए हुई क्योंकि सेम इनकम में आप ज्यादा क्वांटिटी कमोडिटी की परचेज कर पा रहे हो प्राइस फॉल होने की वजह से. बिकॉज ऑफ change in price of a commodity, the real income or the purchasing power of the consumer changes and the consumer is able to now buy more of a commodity. देखो commodity की प्राइस में चेंज की वजह से कंज्यूमर की रियल इनकम इंक्रीज हो गई, इसीलिए कंज्यूमर जो है सेम इनकम पे ज्यादा कमोडिटी परचेज कर पा रहा है. एंड दैट इज व्हाई मोर ऑफ अ गुड कैन बी परचेज्ड when the price of the commodity falls, and this is known as our income effect. Now the third reason that why demand curve slopes downward is your substitution effect. Now substitution effect refers to substitution of one commodity for the other when it becomes relatively cheaper. We just had this example. See, the price of tea fall. अगर price tea की fall होती है तो tea is substituted in place of coffee. Tea is substituted in place of coffee. तो जो coffee drinkers होंगे वो भी tea पीने लग जाएंगे. अगर price tea की fall होती है तो tea सस्ती हो गई. टी अगर सस्ती हो गई तो कुछ कॉफी ड्रिंकर्स टी पे शिफ्ट हो जाएंगे, बिकॉज टी एंड कॉफी आर सब्स्टिट्यूट गुड्स। जब वो शिफ्ट हो जाएंगे तो डेफिनेटली टी की डिमांड इंक्रीज हो जाएगी। टी ड्रिंकर्स तो थे ही, कुछ एक कॉफी ड्रिंकर्स भी अब टी पीने लग जाएंगे, बिकॉज टी हैज बिकम चीपर देन बिफोर, क्योंकि प्राइस टी की फॉल हो गई है, टी सस्ती हो गई है, तो कुछ एक कॉफी ड्रिंकर्स भी टी पीने लग जाएंगे, टी ड्रिंकर्स भी अपनी कुछ एक डिमांड को इंक्रीज करेंगे। सो दैट इज व्हाई more of a good is purchased when its price falls. The fourth reason that why demand curve slopes downward from left to right is that the size of consumer group. When the price of commodity fall, it attracts new consumers who can afford to buy it now. पहले कुछ कंज्यूमर अगर वो कमोडिटी को बाय नहीं कर पा रहे थे, अब क्योंकि प्राइस फॉल हो गई है तो वो कंज्यूमर, those consumers will start buying that commodity. So because of falling price of the commodity, the size of consumer group increases, therefore quantity demanded increases. And the last reason that why demand curve slopes downward is the different uses of a commodity. Let's take this example. Milk is used for making curd, cheese, butter. Now price of milk reduces. प्राइस ऑफ मिल्क रिड्यूसेस, अगर प्राइस फॉल हो जाती है तो हम मिल्क की कंजम्पशन को इंक्रीज कर देंगे, हम डिफरेंट यूजेस में उसको यूज करेंगे। लेट्स से उसका कर्ड भी बनाएंगे, चीज भी बनाएंगे, बटर भी बनाएंगे, मिल्क को ऐसे भी सेल करेंगे, स्वीट्स में भी यूज करेंगे, एंड द डिमांड विल एक्सपैंड। ऑन द अदर हैंड, अगर प्राइस ऑफ मिल्क गेट इंक्रीज, अगर मिल्क की प्राइस इंक्रीज हो जाती है बेटा, तो फिर हम क्या करेंगे, फिर हम उसके यूज को उसको हम रिस्ट्रिक्टेड यूजेस में ही लेके आएंगे। फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से स्वीट्स बनानी बंद कर देंगे, कर्ड कम कर देंगे, सो द डिमांड विल डिक्रीज। द डिमांड, when the price of milk will increase, so the demand will decrease. So that is why we say that more of a good is purchased when its price falls. The 5 reasons were: first, law of diminishing marginal utility, income effect, substitution effect, size of consumer good, and different uses of the commodity. I hope that all of you have understood the concepts which we have discussed today. That is your demand function, market demand function, and your law of demand. That's all for today from my side. Hope you have enjoyed learning today. That's all for today from my side. Bye bye.